The Jathori had ruled the Andromeda sector for 12,000 years. They bent gravity to their will, manipulated matter at the quantum level, and their lifespans stretched across millennia. When they first encountered humanity, they laughed. Olivia Chen stood on the observation deck of the UNSC Perseverance, watching the massive Jathori dreadnought materialize through a fold in spacetime. Its obsidian hull shimmered with energy shields that could vaporize entire fleets. She'd seen the recordings of what they did to the Kryn homeworld, reduced it to cosmic dust in minutes. "They're hailing us," William Torres said, from the communication station. His voice, steady, despite the sweat beading on his forehead. "Same message as before. Bow down or be erased." Olivia turned from the viewport, her jaw set. "Open a channel." The holographic projection flickered to life, revealing Archon Vic, his three eyes glowing with contempt. His species had evolved beyond the need for protective suits, existing comfortably in the vacuum of space. To him, humans were children playing with fire. "You persist in this foolishness." Vexener's voice resonated directly in their minds, a display of casual superiority. "We have given you the opportunity to serve. We have shown mercy. This ends now." "Mercy." Olivia stepped forward. "You destroyed the Kryn. You enslaved the Dorothy. You call that mercy?" "We call it order," the Archon replied. "The natural order, the strong guide, the weak, the immortal shepherd, the ephemeral. We are gods, little human." "What are you?" William glanced at Olivia, a slight smile crossing his face despite the situation. They'd prepared for this moment. Every human ship in the sector had prepared for this moment. "You want to know what we are?" Olivia said softly. "We're the species that split the atom. We're the ones who looked at the stars and decided they weren't far enough. We die in 100 years, so we learn to make every second count." Vexener's laugh echoed telepathically. "You speak of primitive achievements. We mastered such things before your world cooled from its formation." "Then let me tell you what you never mastered," Olivia continued, her voice growing harder. "You never learned what it means to be desperate. You never felt the clock ticking with every breath. You never had to innovate or die. You've had 12,000 years to grow comfortable, to grow complacent. We've had 200 years in space, and we've spent every one of them afraid we wouldn't see the next." "Fear makes you weak," Vexener declared. "No," William interjected, standing beside Olivia. "Fear makes us dangerous." The Archon raised one elongated hand, and energy began to coalesce around the dreadnought's weapon arrays. "I grow tired of this conversation." Witness the power of, he never finished the sentence. Across the sector, 300 human ships dropped out of stealth mode. Not traditional warships, the Jathori would have detected those. These were mining vessels, colony transports, even civilian cruise liners. Each one had been retrofitted with the same technology that made the Perseverance special. "You mastered quantum manipulation," Olivia said, watching the Archon's eyes widen in sudden understanding. "But you never weaponized it the way we did. You never had to." The human ships fired simultaneously. Not energy weapons or missiles, those could be deflected. Instead, they fired quantum entanglement disruptors, devices that broke the fundamental bonds holding the Jathori technology together. Technology they'd reverse-engineered from a crashed Jathori scout ship, then improved upon with humanity's gift for destructive innovation. The dreadnought's shields flickered and died. Its hull began to destabilize at the molecular level. "Impossible," Vexener gasped, his immortal confidence cracking. "How did you?" "We had 6 months between your ultimatum and now," William explained. "Do you know what humans can do in 6 months, when their survival depends on it? We went from flying kites to splitting atoms in less than a century. We went from computers the size of rooms, to putting them in everyone's pocket in 50 years. You gave us 6 months and a sample of your technology." 6 months, Olivia repeated, and every human scientist, engineer, and mad inventor worked around the clock. "We don't sleep much when we're scared. We don't rest when we're angry. And you made us both." The dreadnought was coming apart, its reality-bending systems turning against themselves. Vexener's form began to flicker. "You called yourselves gods," Olivia said quietly. "But gods don't bleed. Gods don't panic. Gods don't make mistakes." She leaned closer to the failing hologram. "We're not gods. We're humans. And we're the ones who killed gods before breakfast and went to work afterward. This is not over," Vexener managed, his voice weak. "Yes," William said, "it is. We're transmitting the specifications for our disruptors to every enslaved species in this sector. The Dorothy, the remnant Kryn, All of them. We're teaching them what you never bothered to learn, that the young and desperate are always more dangerous than the old and powerful. The hologram collapsed. The dreadnought tore itself apart in silent, beautiful destruction. Olivia and William stood side by side on the observation deck, watching debris scatter across the stars. Around them, the bridge crew erupted in cheers, but both remained quiet. "Do you think they'll come back?" William asked. "Maybe," Olivia replied, "but they'll never underestimate us again. They'll never look at humans and see primitives. They'll see the species that took their technology, improved it, and used it to bring down gods in 6 months. That's a terrifying reputation to have." Olivia smiled grimly. "Good. In this universe, I'd rather be terrifying than extinct." Across the sector, the Jaithori Empire began to crumble as enslaved species rose up with their new human-gifted weapons. The Immortals, who had reigned for 12 millennia, learned a harsh lesson that day. Immortality breeds complacency, but mortality breeds innovation. And humanity, young and mortal and perpetually terrified of extinction, had just shown the galaxy what real power looked like. It looked like defiance. It looked like ingenuity. It looked like 300 repurposed civilian ships, crewed by a species too stubborn to bow down, that the Jaithori had called themselves gods. Humanity showed them. They were just another empire waiting to fall.